crowdfunding. So what happens is you invest in a company, and in return, you get an equity stake shares in the company. So you become what's known as a pro rata owner. Now, generally, because crowdfunding is for very early stage companies, I would say don't expect to get any returns earlier than 5 years. You know, like this is very much so a long-term investment when you invest into businesses. Yes, there are some success stories where you invest in a company and then like 3 years down the line, you know, they come out and they do phenomenally well, and then they sell to someone and then you get your money back. But on average, you're looking at locking up your money anywhere from 5 to 10 years to be able to make significant returns. Because the way that it really works when you invest in an early stage business, the only way for you to even get returns is when the company starts performing well and becomes profitable, and you're not getting that profit unless they're paying dividend. But most startup companies won't pay dividend, right? They're going to reinvest their profits back into the company to generate even more profit. So in reality, the only way you do make money when you're investing into very early stage businesses is that the business grows to a point where the time comes for the business to either be bought out by a bigger company, or they go down the IPO route, which is an initial public offering. So initial public offering means that they decide that they're ready to be listed on exchange, and then they offer their shares to the public. And then that's how the original shareholders get their money back. You know, and very few businesses actually go down the IPO route. But most businesses grow to a certain point and then they're bought out by other bigger businesses or other bigger companies in similar industries, or other industries looking to sort of consolidate and kind of grow. And then that's when you get your money back. And you know, of course, because you're taking on so much risk, if it's a successful deal, you can get, and we're not even talking about percentage returns, we're talking about 10 times, 12 times, 15 times your money. Another thing that's very important, again, it's a very, very, very risky invest. When you do invest into businesses, you can't just invest in one and hope that that's going to be the winning formula. You know, the kind of sort of general assumption that is made when you invest through crowdfunding. You can make an assumption that 60% of your investments are not going to give you any return whatsoever. You probably will lose money on those. 30% maybe will give you the money back that you invest in, but really your hope is that 10% of all of those investments are going to grow enough to cover the losses of the 60% and then the non-gains of the 30%. And then some extra to give you fantastic returns. And you know, so that's why diversification is very, very important. You know, if you just back just one business in the hopes that that is going to be the winning formula, well, it's not really going to happen that way. And that's kind of how it is. You know, it's just not even worth investing in just one, you know, unless you're going to build more into your portfolio over time. But if your idea is to kind of go, okay, I'm going to invest in this one company and see what's going to happen in the next 5 years, then to be honest, you might as well just not bother. You know, it's really important to, you know, to do your due diligence, right? And ask questions, especially if you want to do it yourself. You know, the selection process, understanding what the business is, understanding the idea or believing in the business idea, being behind the team, you know, kind of making sure that you like the team, etc. You know, just always review the legal paperwork and the terms before you sign anything, because you can never know what you might actually find in there. So just be careful of that.